Okay, let's take a look at Natural Order lands today. This is a deck that's kind of been emergent in the format. A lot of people are playing it, and I've definitely ran into it a bunch of times. This is a deck that is going off of the Primeval Titan game plan, which has just proven to be really strong. This thing originally functioned in a Gates deck back when the Timeless format was announced, and it was really strong there. But what people are starting to settle on now is this Field of the Dead game plan, where you ramp to a Primeval Titan as fast as possible in order to just get Field of the Dead going to the point where you can just win the game and your opponent can't deal with you. So what we want to be doing is basically getting Primeval Titan out through however we need to get him out. We can Natural Order off of one of our 8 mana dorks here or an Uro, and then we'll be able to, or actually I guess Oko's food tokens also are a source of tokens to get rid of because they are green. So that's a thing that we can do. We can also use Castle Garenbrig as a way to ramp from 4 to 6 mana, or I guess technically 5 to 6 mana. And other than that, it's basically just hard casts from hand. We should be able to get it out early through one of those ways here and there, though. So what else can we do then? If that doesn't work and the Primeval Titan game plan gets shut down, we can fall back to a control game plan because we have Atraxas, the One Rings to gain card advantage. Uro, I guess, to some degree helps with that as well, in addition to buffering our life total. And Oko's a game winner in himself, and Teferi is just a real annoyance for our opponent to deal with. Plus, we can instant speed Scape Shift and Natural Order if it comes down to it. So that's mostly the deck. We do have Sylvan Scrying to go find that Castle Garenbrig early. That's usually a target for these kinds of spells. And then, other than that, obviously we have Field of the Dead. There's Cavern of Souls to get a uncounterable Primeval Titan, Atraxa, or Uro into the battlefield. And then, other than that, there's Besages to deal with things like Goblin Charbelcher or anything that has problem permanents that can be destroyed, like artifacts and enchantments. Okay, and then basically the rest of the deck is Commander-style lands with just one singleton copy of each land, and that rounds out the deck for us pretty much. We're going to be trying to get Primeval Titans slammed onto the battlefield as early and as often as possible. Before we hop into the games, make sure to like the video if you liked, and comment if you have been playing this deck and have pointers here and there. Let me know what cards you're playing, what substitutions you made, all that kind of stuff. And of course, if you are new here, subscribe for videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Now let's hop into round 1 and see what the games have for us today. Okay, here we go. This is round 1. Alright, so we have not enough to get Teferi out. However, we do have an early Kami of Bamboo Groves, and eventually this will be an Uro. That's pretty solid. Giant is a good thing for Cavern of Souls because we'll get both of these in uncounterably. I think this is enough to keep, to be quite honest. Pay 2 life here, and then we will go in with this guy. I think we'll drop out the Snow-Covered Island, and if our opponent decides to hold up Spell Pierce, we get to punish them with Cavern of Souls on Giant. Hopefully we draw something that produces white mana, because otherwise we'll be in a little bit of a problem here. Thoughtseize could come down here. It does not, which is sweet. We'll go Cavern of Souls on Giant. Let me just make sure that that is correct. Yes, it is. Done. And here is an uncounterable Uro. Opponent may have the Fatal Push for our Kami of Bamboo Groves, which we will go ahead and attack with. Here's a Besages. So we actually draw one of our 2 Atraxas here. So let's take a look at the colors. We have just blue-green for now, so not a whole lot of utility there. So now we're kind of in a situation where we need to find something that can get our white mana source, and we need to find something that can help us to that 6 mana for Primeval Titan. This is Dark Ritual for probably Children? No, Ashiok. Okay. Well, not being able to search is actually a problem for us. We'll lose our Uro here, sadly. Yeah, we'll lose 2 Uros, that is. We actually just rip the Garenbrig because why not? Here's Primeval Titan. We'll go ahead and not search for lands, unfortunately. But we do have a 6/6 on the battlefield, and next turn we'll be able to deal with Ashiok. Let's see if they have removal for prime time, or if we will be able to get in here. They do activate Ashiok. That could mean that they have something to deal, or to protect their Ashiok with, or maybe another Ashiok as well. They do just go ahead and pass it back. Okay. So I think what we'll do here is just go swing everything at Ashiok. We want to really make sure that it's dead. This will get countered by Ashiok. Let's see if they have anything coming down here that can block effectively. One Bowmasters won't be enough. Even if they have something with Death Touch, it's not the worst thing in the world. March of Wretched Sorrow, dang. Okay. So they do get to go in.
You must be.
We may as well just spend our mana here on Primeval Titan number 2. And we'll make them have to have March number 2. They exiled what from their hand? 2 Bowmasters. Okay, so it looks like we likely will be getting Ashiok dead this turn, which is lovely. Karn the Great Creator, okay. What is Karn going to minus for? Because we can just kill both of these Planeswalkers here, which is interesting. There could be Grafdigger's Cage coming out. Grafdigger's Cage just seems like the... Oh, okay, Noxious Gearhulk, sure. Oko. What do I do with Oko here? Well, I suppose I attack and kill the Planeswalkers. That is fine. And then I think we just go Oko here. Oko, make a food, and Oko's going to be a big problem for my opponent. 1 turn, say go. So I think Gearhulk comes down. Oh, actually they don't even have the mana for it. I was playing under the assumption that they would just have the Gearhulk. So I've cleared their board, and then the next turn Primeval Titan goes in. We hit our threshold for Field of the Dead, and then I think the game would have been over from there. Opponent agrees as well. Great round 1. We'll top it in round 2 and see if we can do it again. Here we go. Alright, here we go. What do we think about this one? There is a natural order in hand, but no creature. And then other than this, it's just an eventual Primeval Titan. Sylvan Scrying can find our Castle Garenbrig. I say we keep this one, even though it's a little risky. Zagoth. Watery Grave. Are we getting Thoughtseize here? It's just Inquisition taking our Sylvan Scrying. We actually kind of needed that, which is unfortunate. I will say, let's drop one of our Fields of the Dead. If they make us discard another Field of the Dead, it's all good. Other than this, we just want to go for our counts here. Deathrite, Deathrite. Okay, so that's eventually going to be a problem, but currently not yet. Oops, I go. Opponent is playing basic, so Boseiju unfortunately is not a strip mine. With a Delta coming down, you got it. 3 mana, let's see what the play is here. Primarily black-green so far. Looks like it is going to be full Soul Tide, so this is Oko's coming down. Oko's going to be a problem. Oko is going to be a huge problem for our Primeval Titans. Sure. We got a 3/3 Elk, and I think there's nothing to do with Boseiju here. We will continue on. This is going to be Boseiju into Sylvan Scrying. I think we just need to find our Castle Garenbrig. So next turn, this is Primeval Titan, which can turn on a Field of the Dead. And that will be a good way to contest Oko, even if Oko is going to elk our Primeval Titan. And actually, we'll be able to natural order into another Primeval Titan, which will be great. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll have 5 things here, and then that means that our first Primeval Titan will trigger Field of the Dead. Okay. That's alright. And we just have to dodge counter magic here. That's just the only thing that we're really scared about. Nothing hits here. Thoughtseize does not come through. So this is Garenbrig into Primeval Titan. Let's see if they have a counter spell. I would be sad if they cracked a Bloodstained Mire here and took me out. Okay, so let's go ahead and find... doesn't matter, they can be tapped lands, so we'll grab our Spara's Headquarters, and I'm thinking that we might do a Cavern of Souls on Giant here. Alright, so that is 2 Field of the Dead triggers here. And we can start to go in here pretty soon. Alright, we'll pass to opponent. Oko can do their thing. Oko is getting pretty close to being able to switcheroo. Actually, I guess we can already do that. Though, actually, the switcheroo is 3 or less, so we're fine. Alright, opponent's got a big board, but so do we. Let's see what happens if they're going to elk my Primeval Titan or not. It actually doesn't really have a good attack into Oko, so I would be fine with a, I'd be fine with an elking. Yeah, this is fine. Do not care.
Broaden your existence.
So basically, we will natural order Prime Time, and then drop a Field of the Dead, and that will be the maximum amount of things that we can have. I think killing a Deathrite Shaman is ideal. Alright, baited out a Fatal Push anyway, that's all good, and we save ourselves some life. Do we get to move to our turn here? They need to kill my Primeval Titan. Just the Deathrite Shaman, that's okay. Oh, an Oko for myself, this is great. So we're going to go ahead and natural order, sacking Primeval Titan. We'll go find a Primeval Titan. There is Primeval Titan. We'll find a Field of the Dead, Field of the Dead. 1, 2. Alright, that's a bunch of zombies. Here's another one. Make another 4. And we are full zombie mode here. And for extra measure, here's an Oko. We're going to start making some tokens. Okay. So every primetime trigger now is going to be another 16 power? No. Yeah, it'll be another 16 power. Which means that we should be good here. We have 26 power on board. Oko elks me, that's fine. We'll just do the same thing next turn. Alright, so we'll probably end up playing one of these for turn. This is going to be Natural Order sacking Prime Time. Let's see if they have a counter spell. They do not. Sweet. Here's Prime Time. We're going to do the thing here. Take action. And let's see. I guess Garenbrig gives me more mana. On colors, I think we'll just go ahead and take these 2. Alright, so that is a bunch of lands here. Another 8. Or sorry, a lot of Field of the Deads here. And then we'll make another Windswept Heath, and then we will hopefully be able to search for one of our 2 remaining basics. Yeah, 2 remaining basics. So let's go ahead and well, I guess I could take their Deathrite Shaman or something like that. Let's think about this after the fact. I don't really care if they steal anything from me, so we just go all attack face, and they are going to be forced to block. This would be lethal, so they need to block one more time. They could just activate Death Ray Shaman, I suppose. Okay. Sure, do your thing. Oh, they're going to do it through the food. Got it. They want to try to drain me out, but good thing I have this token here. We're going to hold Windswept Teeth for the end of their turn just in case. And I think that I will just create food tokens and buff my life total. Opponent's at 3. We'll pass turn, and we are firmly in the driver's seat here. Our opponent agrees. All right. Well, that one felt a little bit brutal when the opponent had their Oko, but we do pretty well in the Oko mirrors because of Field of the Dead making 2/2s instead of anything else. This is a reason that Natural Order is so good with Primeval Titan, because even if you are in this world of Okos lying all over the place, you can survive it with your prime time because Natural Order really likes green creatures. So awesome. That was a great round 2. Let's hop into round 3 and go for one more lightning win here. Okay, it's round 3. We have a Delighted Halfling acceleration into Oko, which is just a strong game plan in of itself. I think I'm down. Let's go. Let's give it a try. Alright, so we'll shock this in and play a Delighted Halfling here. If opponent thought seizes us, it's not the worst thing in the world. Okay, maybe they're just going to kill my Delighted Halfling. That'd be sad. Nope, just a Gilded Goose here, which is the best thing that we could have had happen. And then actually, we have a Natural Order coming down here on turn 3 if they're not careful. We could even do it at instant speed if we have Teferi. I think for now I'm just going to do Oko. We like an uncounterable Oko. Like food token. Since they go. So now they have to deal with Oko, but we have a very sneaky Natural Order coming down. Deathray Shaman, they're doing all the things, that's fine. So we can just go Snow-Covered Island here. No, actually we need a second green mana, don't we? Okay, so we'll go Windswept Heath. Fetch that. We can't grab Temple Garden, but we can get Breeding Pool, which will shock in, and then this is going to be Natural Order. Sack that Delighted Halfling, and we will grab ourselves a Prime Time. One land will be Field of the Dead, and then another land will be Garenbrig, maybe. Actually, no, we'll get our colors set up here, so I'll grab a Spara's Headquarters. And then we'll go ahead and... Should we elk something? I think we'll elk our token here. Okay, and then... I guess we might as well attack, soften them up a bit. Could matter in the long run. They'll take it. And let's see what they have. They could also Natural Order from this position. Let's see if it's going to be the thing that happens. We have the quicker prime time though, and we can bounce their prime time, which is great. Looking like it is a prime time, or a Natural Order for it. 1. Oh, sneak attack. Okay, are we getting Emrakul? We die to an Emrakul. Oh, just an Atraxa. Okay, that, like, is not the worst thing that could happen. This sneak attack's gonna suck. I think we need to bounce it with Teferi. Okay, they'll make a mana here, going for one more sneak attack. Am I just dead? I see World Spineworm, actually. That's a problem for us. Are we dead? I mean, we have to block, so there's just nothing about it. And I believe that is lethal. Yeah, just by 1. Alright, well, yeah, sneak attack. What a card to have here. Wonder, can I see what else was in their hand here? They revealed 2 cards. Is that Underworld Breach? No, Copperline Gorge. Okay. And then we don't know the 3rd card. Well, interesting. So this is a different axis that they're going on. Sneak attack, definitely a cool card. Haven't crafted these yet. Haven't showed them on the channel. There's really just, other than the World Spineworm and Emrakul plans coming in, I don't really think there's anything, like, incredibly amazing with sneak attack. Not when you have, you know, a deck like ours that can also function pretty much on the 4th mana being produced. So definitely a cool deck. Maybe I'll give it a try at some point. We will see. Let me know in the comments if you'd like to see Sneak Attack. I'm sure if there's enough interest, I wouldn't mind getting some wild cards to craft with. But with that said, that is round 3 out of the way. We have 2 more coming down the pipeline here. I'll see you in round 4. Okay, here we go. So this is going to be our round 4. We're doing pretty well so far. I think we've had pretty solid games mostly. Nothing that I'm unhappy about. So this one's got a 2-lander here. Little worried about that. We do play, I believe, 27 total lands. If this were a hand of 6, I'd definitely keep it. The second one of these cards gets a little worse because of just having 2 lands in hand. But if we can get to natural order, we are great. Finding 1 more land is awesome for Oko. This could be a hand that we keep. It's an awkward one, and this will be a good indication of if drawing into a 3rd land is viable with 27 lands. Let's hope the shuffler decides to smile upon us today, and we'll see what goes down. Leyline of Sanctity, that's not something that we care about. Let's put the snow-covered island onto the battlefield. And if we can just draw a land here, our game plan opens up so wide. Okay, we drew a 6-drop. I will go ahead and pass here. We're going to basically use Kami for the channel ability now once we find our 3rd land. Assuming that it's not a forest, that'll put us on 4 lands, and then we should be able to natural order through Arboreal Grazer to find our 5th and 6th. Then we have Primeval Titan from hand. So there is a game plan here. Now let's see what our opponent's on. Leyline of Sanctity could be a Storm Mirror card, potentially. Trying to make sure that they have a good upper hand in the mirror match. Black-white, interesting. Kami of Bamboo Grove is still unusable right now. I guess we might as well just put a 20-turn clock onto the battlefield. And here we go. We're going to be praying for a land. In our 3rd draw, I would kind of hope that we have it. I think if we don't have it by 5, then I start to curse the Arena Shuffler. Alright, so opponent has Demonic Tutored for their best card. We have drawn Natural Order to go with our other Natural Order. We will go in with our 1/1. Say go. Bowmasters is a thing here. I don't have a real read on what they're playing yet. Reliquary Tower. Necropotence. Yo! This is a combo I had not thought of. So they can just go down pretty much all the way if they'd like to. We can see them go down to as little as 3 would actually. So let's see, they can go to as low as 5 because if I get a 3rd land, I Oko, and then Elk my Arboreal Grazer to put 4 power on the battlefield. Anyway, they just decide to go for 10. Sure. Opponent's got the biggest hand possible here. Wonder how they'll use it. So this is definitely going to be a Storm plan. They may be just running Cheerios or something like that, but I think we might just be dead next turn. Seems unfortunate that we've drawn, out of our 27 lands, we've seen 2 lands in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 cards for about a 25%, though we are much closer to 50% in lands by deck building numbers. So a little bit unfortunate here. We gotta hope that, oh my gosh, this is cool. Okay, a lot of life gain decks that we see with Necropotence are playing green for Storm. Well, basically the way that we've drawn, we are pretty resilient to this Thoughtseize, which feels nice. Union of the 3rd Path to gain life. Very interesting. They take Oko, so they're afraid of the Oko, which means that they don't want to deal with me elking the Leyline or Necropotence. I'm fine that they exile a bunch of cards like this. Not having a draw step makes you kind of forced to use Necropotence every turn, and so to see them kind of use their life total like this is pretty good. Now they know that I have the Okos, so they know that they do need to play around this 4 life, but they know exactly what they need to play around. Doesn't really matter because they just decide to keep it at 11. They have so many cards in hand, I believe they're getting close to the size of... yeah, they're actually almost the same size in the hand as they are in the deck. Crazy. So I think we're just going to end up sitting and watching this one happen as we just hit them for 1 every turn with our Cameo Bamboo Grows. I just want to see how they decide to kill us here. Ivory Tower. Okay, this is just a control deck then. Oh my god, Ivory Tower, Ivory Tower. What a play. This is actually really interesting. I want to know how this ends for us. So they're about to gain like 30... Ah! Now I know how it ends. Okay, so this is actually really cool. This is the first time that is seen Ivory Tower really do something. This is so cool. I really like this. Okay, so we actually do finally find this, so we can pay 2 life. We're going... I cannot believe I just did that. We're keeping this in the video because I just threw it. I saw this 3-mana spell, could have sworn it was the Oko. That is quite unfortunate. So we are basically going to get chunked for like, what, 40 damage here in their upkeep? That's so annoying. Whatever. You get to do... you get to just kill me in absolutely sick fashion. Basically, Oko, Elk their veto, I live for another turn, but it's all good. Sometimes these things happen. I'm just excited to be able to show off this very, very cool brew from my opponent. Maybe I will have to take this one into the workshop and try to figure out what they were going for, because the way that we lost was very interesting. Veto, it could be that this is just veto combo using black acceleration and searching your library, and then you just have white life gain to offset Necropotence. Maybe that's the angle they're going for, but definitely the Reliquary Tower Necropotence combo is cool. Alright, round 4 in the bag. We have a final one coming up. I'll see you there. Okay, here we go. Final round. We have all the lands that we want, and these Arboreal Grazer Cami things are maybe not terrible in this situation. I'm going to give this one a try. We do get to accelerate out the Uro. The Atraxa is largely uncastable unless we get some good draws and are able to search for lands. Okay, so let's go ahead and just rock out with this Boseiju here. We'll go ahead and use the Arboreal Grazer, or no, we'll use the Cami here. Am I worried about Fatal Push? I'd be worried about Fatal Push for anything. At least this thing can attack if we're in a game like the last one. Alright, let's put Breeding Pool out. Let's go untapped. And we have Uro next turn. If we draw land in our next 2 here, we feel happy. This could be a mirror match here. Bajuka Bog going down on my graveyard. I'm really happy that they played that now instead of doing anything against my Uro. That's Cavern on Giant. Here's an Uro. Draw. And let's see what we get. Here's Snow Covered Island. And for the first time, we see our One Ring here. So we're going to be playing a One Ring game plan. That'll be fun. We'll pass here and say go. Sylvan's Scrying. So this is the mirror. Let's see who can get to their combo first. They do find their Field of the Dead, so they are going for that first. We find our prime time, so I'm just going to snap off my One Ring. We're going to go for a draw here. Hopefully hit a land. That's not a land, but it is later going to represent a land for us. Cameo Bamboo Grows. We're fine taking our One Ring damage early here. And then, of course, we have the Oko Elk to the One Ring and then sacrifice it. That is a game plan here. Sylvan's Scrying is probably going to have to end up searching for a, what do you call it, our Castle Garenbrig. So let's do that now. Castle Garenbrig. Garenbrig. We will do Garenbrig as land for the turn. That casts our Oko. We'll make a food token here. And we are poised and ready to go off.
your cares are gone.
No attacks. Had to think about that for a sec. So let's see, will they be the one to get their Primeval Titan out first? Titan of Industry, okay. Are they going to take my potential elk? Or are they going to make a 4/4? Okay, that's fine. Okay, so draw some cards. Waterlogged Grove, I think that's worth doing right now. So let's go ahead and prime 10 here. Let's make some things to block this Titan of Industry. Take action. We need to find one of these needs to be at a Field of the Dead, right? 3, 6. So actually we can just get 2 Fields of the Dead here. Perfect. Alright. There's 8 power. We can block the Titan of Industry. Their attack is not a problem for us anymore. And then we'll play Delighted Halfling here. Taking a life. And let's make another food token. Except... well, I could actually swap the One Ring to kill them eventually. That is good to note. We'll just make a food token. No attacks are necessary here, and we pass. We can actually give them this food for their Titan of Industry as well. Alright. Looks like they're going to find their own Primeval Titan here. There it is. Not castable yet, though, so we're feeling nice. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 unique lands only, so we are far ahead of them in terms of board position. I think we have near lethal next turn, actually. Yeah, swap the Titan, make a bunch of crap. I think we have this. Go to 16 here. This is going to be Oko minus, swapping thing that I control for... oh, yeah, right, it's 3 or less. I keep forgetting that. Okay, so Windswept Teeth is the move, except I do want to attack with my Primeval Titan first. So let's go ahead and elk this Titan of Industry, and we can just go in, I believe. Let's do our One Ring draw first. Okay, sure. So now we go in with the squad. Let's get our other Fields of the Dead, and we go to town from here. Yeah, next turn goes fine. Okay, sweet. Yep. Nope. Should be a double block. There we go. I guess we'll kill the bigger thing. And then, do I want to do anything else? Just thinking real quick. No, I do not. Okay, and then where is my fetch land? Here's my fetch land. Make 4 things. Make another 4 things. Actually, don't. Okay, I have 2 searchables left. This can come in tapped. Blah blah blah. Might as well just Uro here. Get all the value. Here comes a... we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We can Uro again. 5 cards. Actually, we need 1 more thing. I can legend roll my Okos, but that's just like... why would I do that? Okay. I think that's everything that I want to do this turn. I'll Arboreal Grazer then, I guess. It's another thing that could happen. 1, 2, 3 mana, 4 mana. I need white if I'd like to Teferi, so I can't Teferi right now, except I do have Delighted Halfling. So that is 1, 2, 3 mana I'm left with, 2 left over. I don't need to double Uro, so I can put a Zagoth Triumph in. Okay, and then Spare Time Raveler. We will go ahead and plus here. We got to get ready to send their Primeval Titan back to hand, or actually I guess we'll just Oko it. And we can end turn here. Opponent has 48 damage coming at the face here. I don't think any Prime Time is going to be able to stop the death that's imminent. Here's Field of Ruin. We don't really care. Natural order for Crater Hoof, though. Do they have it? Looks like they're looking for something and they do not find it here. So we got lucky to dodge that. Definitely running like maybe one Crater Hoof and one Atraxa could also be nice, because in grindy games like this, if we can both go wide, you need a way to go tall as well, and Crater Hoof is an amazing way to do that. So just some food for thought here. I think that's probably the one tip that I'd give you guys to end this off. And I will do my outro now then, because I think that brings us to the end of the video. Hope you enjoyed this one. Let me know in the comments below what you'd change here or what you think I did well. And also, please do like the video. It helps me out, and it helps with the YouTube algorithm and getting this video out for more people to see. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe for videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We're getting very close to 500 subscribers, which is the first big milestone that I'll be very excited to hit here. With that being said, hope you guys enjoyed. This has been Full Control MTG, and I will see you in the next one.